Hi, this is Nathan. Welcome to the Wad Fam Chalk Pod. Hello and welcome to the Wad Fam Chalk Pod. I'm Dylan Weaver.
And I'm Andrew Sabo.
And we are kicking off a summer of wackiness, and we genuinely have no idea how this is going to go. So, stick around.
Yeah, hang on to your butts, in the immortal words of Samuel L. Jackson. Dylan doesn't get that because he hasn't seen Jurassic Park.
So sorry.
Sorry.
Wait, Samuel L. Jackson is in Jurassic Park?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of the titular roles. He's not titular, he's a dinosaur.
He's one of the Jurassics? Or is this movie secretly about people whose last name are Park?
Actually, he himself is the park. No, he's like a security guard or whatever, and he helps get the park back online after it gets sabotaged.
Interesting. Yeah. It's funny, I know who's in that movie loosely, because it's such a cultural touchstone, despite me having not seen it. I don't think I ever knew he was in it. Maybe I didn't, just forgot.
He's not a major character, so
Sure, and he's been in a million movies, but still, that's notable.
Yes, certainly. Yeah.
I'd lose that round of trivia, and I'd feel bad about it.
Well, now you won't. That's why you come to this Adventures in Odyssey podcast.
Yeah. That, and to hear us talk about episode 428A, The Eternal Birthday.
Oh boy. Speaking of movies.
Hey, yeah, no, that is one of the things I'm excited to talk about today is this whole concept, because I have opinions.
I haven't seen the movie that this is based on. Well, it's not based on, but that draws directly from. So I'm excited to hear your opinions.
Okay. Well, we will be getting into that in
takes.
A little while. This is, as the A would suggest, the first of the split episodes. I guess the A doesn't suggest that it's the first. You know what I mean.
I do.
You know what I mean? You know?
I'm waiting for the response.
Do you know, Andrew?
I'm getting less sure by the moment, honestly.
I'm very, very scared. Anyways, so it's the first of the split episodes, which is this experiment during the 99 and 2000 seasons of the show, in which they made half episodes. And there's a little bit in the official guide from Marshall Younger writing about this. So to set the stage, basically, Marshall Younger and Phil Lawler are essentially running Odyssey at this point. McCusker has stepped away, and there are some other people kind of coming in and out, but none of the who we think of as classic Odyssey. We just have Younger and Lawler. And then some of the new people are starting up at this point. So it's very very transitional, I guess, is what I'm going for here.
Speaking of people just starting up, this episode is written by our favorite Kathy Buchanan.
Yeah, not only that, but it's her first episode.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. It could be so much worse for a first episode.
Sure. It definitely
It doesn't feel like a particularly Kathy episode, which is probably a testament to her being.
Yeah. It's early, and it feels like all these episodes very much have they've got training wheels.
Yeah.
So Marshall Younger, talks about this, saying they tried this idea, being the split episodes, as an experiment, partially to train new writers, the shorter form is easier to write, and partially to appear to a younger audience, which is very obvious if you've listened to any of these. Though we ultimately decided the splits didn't work well, I'm glad we tried something new. Which is a decent compromise of a take.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sure. I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense to imitate other successful media formats. You know, early 2000s is roughly when like the 10-minute cartoons really started to be popular on television.
I guess. I don't know. Like I think about like especially like animated shorts as being earlier than that.
Yeah,
Animated shorts go back forever.
Yeah.
And then we may be right. Maybe stabilize it more than half hour, although I haven't watched enough like Transformers and G.I. Joes to really know.
Yeah,
but when I think of like, what's like the split episode shows, like SpongeBob is kind of
SpongeBob, Adventure Time is a big one.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I knew Adventure Time was splits. I wouldn't think of that as splits, but I also haven't ever watched it, so what do I know?
It is very interesting that it really does only exist in those like 11-minute stories that are told because there's so many told over such a long period of time. I think that
like Arthur is a split
Arthur,
show.
Classic.
I feel like is another important
Martha Speaks.
like touchstone for me as far as the split show. Because that was the great thing about Arthur is it was on like while I would get home from school, but it was fine because I could miss the first one and catch the second one.
Yeah, classic. They moved it back, so it was like second or third in the queue when I was coming home from school. So it'd be like Martha Speaks. I'd miss like the first half.
Is that the dog show?
Yeah.
Okay.
The dog eats alphabet soup and learns to talk.
Okay. Yeah, that is not one I know. I know, but I am aware of it because I watched PBS. During a similar era.
I know that they definitely did it, and then Arthur obviously would come on afterwards. And Wild Kratts was not Word Girl. Shout out Word Girl.
Sure. I watched some. Word Girl was one of those, hey, I've got younger siblings, so I have an excuse to watch this. But really, it's for me.
Yep. And the mild attraction I had towards Word Girl at that age.
No. She's, yeah.
Okay.
There's
Cool.
There is not that many female protagonists in children's cartoons, especially during that era. Mm-hmm. Even, especially in animation, I would say more prevalent in live action. Yeah. But you also have the thing of ones that exist and the show can be watched by boys. Mm-hmm. You're basically down to nothing.
Yeah.
Or like you've got Dora, but she is way too young. Like that's way too young. Where it's like,
but even with Dora, they gave her like her brother or cousin or whatever, Diego.
Sure. We later got Diego, but I feel like Diego, I think was also geared towards slightly older people.
Oh,
I think that was part of the premise there. But yes, I would. Yeah, Word Girl filled a very particular niche at the time.
Yep, a roughly 30-minute niche.
Yeah, and it worked for both Andrew and I. So
classics.
There's that, and well done PBS for giving us a strong female lead.
Email
that
us.
Boys could enjoy. Like that's
Amen.
That's a win.
It was funny, and the animation was cool too. I always liked it.
Yeah. Anyway, what we were
the
saying
longest
something
intro
about,
to the shortest episode.
We were saying something about this. I don't know. Oh, just about like the idea of like shorter, more geared towards kids is a choice that I don't think is particularly well regarded. But
yeah, it works sometimes. It doesn't work at other times. And not to say that it couldn't work for Odyssey, but I feel like.
I think similarly to Younger, I respect it as something they tried.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so this episode first aired October 30th of 1999. So it is a Halloween Eve episode. All Hallows Eve. And yeah, it's I don't feel like it shows. Although maybe the first one's horrific. Let us know.
It's a little spooky. I mean, I have some thoughts on that. We'll get into it, and I'm excited too. Does this episode have a promo?
It does. So this is this is something we have to talk about. I don't know about how we want to handle these. So it is a promo, but the promo is for both.
Okay.
So would we like to talk, or would we like? I guess we should play the promo, and then we won't play it next week when we talk about the other one.
It's fine by me.
So, and maybe we just experiment with not doing the promos during this thing because the episodes are 11 minutes long.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I'm okay
All right.
with
You know what? No promos.
No
You're not
promos.
getting that from us, Focus.
This
I'm
is a
sorry.
no promo
You've been
summer.
the ones telling us to do this. Yeah. This is split episode,
promos,
no
pro
promo.
bonos.
No. Our promos used to be pro bono. Now you got to pay extra for that.
Yeah, now the pro bono pro bono promo is a no-go. There he goes. Finally got it out.
Andrew, worth the wait.
Thank
genuinely. And hey, maybe we do a bonus episode in which we
just listen to promo.
just listen to all the promos
Amen.
for this season.
There are worse ideas. That sounds like a
there
good
are
way
definitely worse ideas.
and we've done some of them already.
It's true. It's true. All right. So, yeah.
Cast?
Oh, yeah, I guess we can talk cast. I mean, it's no one of interest.
Yeah.
Like, it's our classic
Lauren
people. Right. We've got Lauren Schaffel as Liz Horton. We've got Travis Tedford as Alex. Caroline Hennessy as Liz's mom. And then Will Ryan as the other parts.
Yep.
Paul Herlinger as well. But, you know.
Yep. Very minimal cast for this.
Yeah. Well, it's I wonder about some of that where I'm like, I don't know, we always are curious and we'll never get answers to like the economics of Odyssey and like how they pay talent and whatnot. But I'm wondering what the negotiation is because it's like this is an episode that has both Will Ryan and Paul Herlinger. The next episode we'll talk about has just Katie Lee.
Yeah.
As far as like the core cast goes. And I'm just like, I wonder how this all works. Oh, so this is during like the last stretch of Will Ryan being on the show before he takes a break for a while.
Oof.
Which is very funny. Really glad that we used him for this.
Yeah, no, I mean, his voices are incredible. And this is at a point in his career specifically where he's like just, I don't know, he's batting 1,000. All of his jokes are landing, at least for me. Maybe it's hindsight bias and, nostalgia, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, of note, though, this is the first episode that Alex is in.
What?
Yep. Not only is it Kathy Buchanan's first episode, but it's Alex Jefferson's first episode.
Huh. Good to know.
Welcome, Alex, half of the duo, Calix.
Amen. Cal to be introduced later?
I don't know if Cal exists prior to Novacom.
He
might just be a Novacom edition.
Yeah.
He's Alex's fun cousin. Go back and listen to our Novacom coverage if you're curious about that, folks.
Yeah, I was reminiscing the other day about when we used to just do long arcs like Novacom and Blackguard and everything.
I mean, we did Green Ring like less than a year ago.
That was not nearly as long.
It wasn't quite as long. It was still long. I think that wound up being like 20 some episodes rather than like
30 some.
Well, I think so. Blackguard I think was 28. Novacom was
right.
Novacom might have been like 24, but then we tacked 15 on to the end.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of.
Well, look, and there's more Green Ring adjacent stuff we could keep talking about. There are new Buck episodes.
That's fair. They do exist. Andrew has listened to them. Dylan has not.
Yeah. I imagine listening to Odyssey for personal enjoyment, Shock Squad.
Morbid curiosity.
Couldn't be me. So, the episode begins with Liz's birthday. It opens on her dad horribly singing in the shower.
I think I missed that. I guess it must be before the alarm.
Yeah, it's like in the background.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Of like, but on every loop. you hear,
Huh. How did I miss that?
I honestly,
I don't know. I just tuned it out. Interesting.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
I was going to say maybe it's a headphone thing, but I think I've listened to this both with and without headphones, so.
I definitely listened to it without headphones, so that might have done it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I heard bathroom sounds, like shower sounds.
There's a shower, and he is like singing like opera in the shower. But yeah, it's Liz's birthday. Her mom made her waffles.
Belgian waffles.
Very
excited.
The peak of luxury right there.
Hey, I mean, I don't know. Breakfast, waking up to having breakfast prepared is a certain amount of luxury that just never feels bad. I don't know. That's just me.
No, that's fair, I guess.
So yeah, so she wakes up, her mom's got waffles for her. Those are like her favorites, so she runs downstairs and it's super excited. It's her birthday. She goes to school, and her math class at school gets let out early just because it's her birthday, which bonkers to me.
Yes, yeah, that was very weird. I'm like, I don't quite know how old Liz is, but I was gonna guess middle school. That feels very like maybe elementary, but even then, like, crazy.
Aged out by that time.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking the, late 90s, early 2000s, it was during my time in elementary school that we weren't allowed to bring in any food for anybody, and we weren't really allowed to celebrate birthdays much in classrooms.
Weren't you homeschooled?
Not until 6th grade.
Wait, seriously?
You didn't...
You went to public school for elementary school?
Yes! You didn't know...
No! How is this only coming out now, Andrew?
How did you not pick up on it?
Because it's literally never been talked about. Because I don't talk about you much as a kid, or I've never thought to ask.
Yeah.
No, you...
I went to Kissel Hill.
You did the reverse of what everyone else did.
No, I did the, I went to public school and I got bored, so my parents brought me home.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, my parents brought me home.
My whole life is shattered.
Yeah. Well, that's why, I know so many people in the high school and stuff like that because I made, very
I just figured it was, soccer and church.
I mean, that too, but, those circles are only so big, and then outside of that, there's lots of other people that I have, just basic interaction with from knowing them in elementary school and then, seeing them every now and then in middle school and high school and stuff like that.
Crazy.
Yeah. Little public school boy. For 6 years. Not even.
Yeah. No, yeah. I always assumed homeschool.
Homeschool all the way? Yeah.
Well,
no, I
don't know if it explains more or less, but
I can't believe... Dylan, what?
Never came up. It's never come up.
That's fair, I guess.
What? Yeah. Anyways, so Andrew went to public school, guys. His entire identity is a lie.
Yeah, all of it. All 5 years of, well, I guess it's 6. Kindergarten through 5th grade. That's 6 years.
So yeah. Wow. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, snacks. For bringing snacks into school.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. We did snacks in school for birthdays when I was in elementary school, but I have a summer birthday, so I was never part of that. Right. Some kids who had summer birthdays did their half birthday. My half birthday was always over Christmas break, so I also didn't do that.
I'm sorry.
So I just leaned really hard into Valentine's Day.
That's fair. That's a social opportunity for Dylan, and you get the pre-thought out. What. Oh, man. Did you give out Star Wars Valentines?
No. We homemade Valentines. Okay. At one point with stamps, later switched to a color printer.
Love.
And it would, and then we'd go to a local candy place, and they had, you could buy jelly beans by the pound.
Oh,
and
nice.
So I'd get different red, white, and pink jelly beans and fill up and get a whole bunch of that and put those into baggies and staple the baggies to the card, and that was Valentine's for all of my elementary school.
Wow, Dylan, really? Wow, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of effort. That is not one trip to Target.
No.
No.
That's what I'm saying, buddy.
put a
I didn't
lot of
have
effort, yeah.
I didn't have birthdays that I could do stuff for, so I really made Valentine's Day count.
Did you feel like it was appreciated and you returned?
I don't think I
yield on your
cared.
investment?
I really liked doing it.
Okay, that's fair.
And it was probably because it was well received.
Yeah.
But it might have just been that I liked jelly beans and doing stuff on the computer or using stamps, and this was a way I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, of course. Well, and also, you're an individualist to a certain extent, and you were doing something different. Like, that makes you feel like...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just grew up. Like,
Totally
we didn't...
geek out about
we
that.
didn't do a lot of... Like, we were not a family that was into low-effort gifts.
Amen.
Which is, like, a specific kind of family. But, like,
I know.
Like, there was never a store-bought... I never received a store-bought card from my parents until I was way older.
Really?
Like, every card was homemade.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I would say that my family has the same relationship with bad gifts, but we're okay with purchasing our greeting cards, which now seems like a horrible waste.
Yeah, it was like homemade cards, a lot of like, I don't know, homemade gifts or like buy something and modify it.
yeah.
Like, that was
Personalized.
very, very much my upbringing. It faded as people got busy. Like,
What do you mean?
well, like when we hit the point where it was like my mom was working, that stuff very much fell by the wayside and never
that's
really
fair.
sprung back.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Like, she still is very thoughtful, but like the crafts of it all is not.
It's very time consuming. She puts her
Yes.
efforts elsewhere.
Yeah,
Gotta love her.
big fan.
Big fan.
Come on the pod.
Yeah. We've yet to have a mom on this pod.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope. No, there's been no moms.
Nope.
I
No, I'm not
guarantee
even.
it.
I'm just doing the even. Has anybody with children been on the? I do not.
I
think
called
so.
Colleen once, and she has kids.
That's true. That's true. Colleen did tangentially appear on the pod one episode.
That's
Or we
as close
phoned a
as we got.
Fair. Why haven't we had Colleen on a full episode?
Why haven't we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Weird.
She hasn't really pressed me much.
I know.
to come on.
But it's just like we've had Brendan and Grace on.
Yeah. Colleen's the next to come.
Yeah,
for sure.
just makes
And she's
sense.
got kids that listen to Odyssey now.
Right.
It's great
and
content.
she listens to this show for some reason.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
It's terrifying. When I catch my mom like listening to the podcast on speakers.
was it Brendan who like put it on while you were in the car with him the one time?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Well, that's just a joke. But this is like it's haunting to wake up hearing my own voice from 2 weeks ago. My mom saying, I was just listening to you.
So they get a shorter math class because of there being ice cream. And not just any ice cream, Andrew. Did you take note of what ice cream this is?
Well, okay, so I tried to. I have some amalgamation of all of these words. I didn't get the chocolate chunk ice cream, but the cake itself is Choca mocha chocolate fudge cake with chocolate chunk ice cream.
Yep. Look. Okay, first off, chocolate ice cream is bad. Second of all, this is
rather vanilla ice cream than chocolate cake.
Chocolate ice cream is the worst of the Neapolitan trio, and just kind of the worst like base flavor ice cream.
Yeah, just chocolate. Yeah,
It's
for sure.
not good
For sure.
But and yes, this is too much chocolate. I made chocolate cake peanut butter icing. That's the ideal cake. Maybe a red velvet with like some cream cheesy
Cheese.
ice cream.
Love.
Or I can do like yellow cake chocolate icing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
is like one I
fine.
grew up around. It's fine. I would take the other two first, but I'm
Good cake though.
Yeah. Good cake, minimal icing.
Still hits.
Yeah. Anyways, all of this it's
Monstrosity.
it's a lot.
It's too much.
It's too much. It's a good joke.
It is a very good joke, especially in the repetition of the episode. It
This
works
is the
so
thing
well.
is it crosses the Maryland point where it's like they beat it to death so hard that
Maryland point?
Maryland point is when something is so bad that it's good. It's because of the Maryland flag.
Oh.
Like where something looks so terrible that it kind of comes around and looks good again.
Okay. Cool.
And so I feel like this passes that with
Yes.
joke, where it's like they beat the joke to death, then they continue to beat it, and then it comes back to life.
Yeah. And then you get the kind of groaner at the end where it's like referenced. The joke is self-referenced within the episode.
Yeah. And there's a... Man, I forget. There's a movie I feel like I watched recently that strikes this balance extremely well. But, like, that is... It's a kind of comedy that I have a really good time with.
Me too. I love repetition in comedy when it hits different each time. If you can make that work, I don't know. It tickles my brain something.
Yeah, and it truly does, like, I get mad at this joke still happening at a certain point of the episode, and then I am very happy again.
Yeah.
So you're making it work. You're making it work, Kathy. I guess we didn't talk about it. It's the episode's directed by Phil. Mm-hmm. By Mr. Phil Lawler.
Phil himself.
Given the respect he has totally earned.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's... So yes, we've got the Choco Mocha chocolate fudge cake with chocolate chunk ice cream. Mm-hmm. And then it's after school and we've got the oh no wait, Alex tells his horrible joke.
Oh yeah.
That's the other beat that gets repeated. Mm-hmm. Is Alex something about a crab and a shrimp have in common or something?
What do a shrimp and a lobster have in common? They're both crabby. But
Yep.
Which is pretty funny. I mean, for a kid for a kid to come up and make that joke, I would laugh.
I would not.
That's fair.
Probably. Yeah. I feel like Alex if like a little kid is making that joke to an adult, it's funny. If a like late elementary, early middle school kid is making that to a peer, I don't think it works.
No. I don't think it goes over well
either.
Either.
It does like tick the box of like my second favorite kind of joke though, which is like favorite kind of joke is just like ones that make me laugh. Mm-hmm. Second favorite is ones that are a riddle.
Okay.
Which is how I feel about Laffy Taffy jokes. Where it's like Laffy Taffy jokes, the joy does not come from the punchline. The joke comes from trying to figure out the punchline.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fun. Yeah,
treat them like riddles.
Yeah. No worries about that. And it's funny because especially like with the joke about lobsters and shrimp, nobody laughs except for the teacher in the background who's like, that was a good one, Alex.
Will Ryan as the teacher.
Yes, yeah. Sounding very Officer Harley-esque.
Yes. Uh-huh. And then we jump to her birthday party in which there's a bunch of kids there and they've gotten her all sorts of stuff.
Concert
tickets, stuff like a lime green jacket, a purse, a CD, a radio. Like I'm like, wow, these kids are stacked.
Yeah.
I want to know what concert Liz Horton's going to.
Me too. Very badly, actually.
And I also... I don't know. What's your birthday opinion, Andrew? Like as far as a birthday party goes.
Are we talking about the party itself or gifts?
Both pieces.
Like, what do I prefer?
Yeah. So here. I'll set my baseline.
Yeah.
I don't like birthday parties.
Yeah, that's fair.
I am like, I hang out with immediate family, maybe a grandparent or two. That is the extent that I want my birthday acknowledged.
Okay, I'm a little bit less humble than him. I love my birthday.
Like I am down to hang out with people, and if I can leverage birthday as an excuse for that, cool. Mm-hmm. But I don't find any joy in the celebration of that as a day.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I never want the expectation of gifts to extend beyond family. And that goes for both giving and receiving. I feel very strongly that like the joy of both giving a gift and receiving a gift is when it's unexpected. Is when it's like, I saw something that caught my eye and made me think that's for that person, and I'm giving it to them. Yeah. And maybe I'm using the guise of a birthday or Christmas as like justification for the gift, but it is not. There's no expectation of something in return. There's no like. I like the purity of I like you and I would like to get you something.
Yeah. For me, it's my philosophy on birthday gifts for friends and family is that like it's nice, not, I love celebrating other people's birthdays. I think birthdays are like, they're important to me. I don't know, I just am sentimental like that.
Anytime I get invited over for someone's birthday, if you're listening and you are someone who has invited me to the birthday, I'm not talking about you. But anytime I get invited to someone's birthday, part of me does just kind of roll my eyes and go like, seriously?
Yeah.
The exception being like, I guess like milestone birthdays as like a drop-in party, I get.
Yeah.
Or like we did, like one of my friends had a birthday and I just got a text message that was like, hey, we're all meeting at the bar this night. If you're free, come by.
Yeah.
Under the guise of like, it's his birthday. And I'm like, I can get into that.
Yeah.
But like the come over and celebrate me, I'm like, no. Get out of here.
No.
This is trash.
Yeah. I'm blessed with a holiday birthday near Thanksgiving. So I typically have a lot of family in town around the time of my birthday. So really for me, like what a good birthday is just like, well, getting up, eating breakfast, typically my mom will make me breakfast or somebody will. And then, I typically like to like go to the gym, work out, and then hang out with some friends, maybe family. Well, like one or two friends, like just, do something special with a friend for my birthday, whether it's like, oh, I want to, go to the store or take a day trip to an art museum or something like that, with a very small group of people. And then like, my family, instead of birthday parties, we just kind of have like a birthday dinner. Like, my dad will make whatever you want for dinner, and then you make it. And then, sometimes grandparents come, sometimes grandparents don't. Right. It's not really about friends. Like I have like maybe, one or two people there. Like, my girlfriend isn't even always there at those, meals and stuff.
I'm a big fan of like the family birthday dinner.
Yes. That's
and like
iconic.
Dinner,
very important.
I'm a dinner, then presents, then cake, because you need that time to settle. But yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
That's my as birthday as we're gonna get.
Yeah, no. I have a hard time with birthdays because I've gotten into the habit of getting Nathan a birthday present every year.
Right. So you can't lock yourself into the habitual expectation of a gift.
Yeah, that's my problem. Where it's like, every other friend, it feels like a choice, except for Nathan, where it's like, I've got to get him a birthday present. I've got to get him a Christmas present. Yep. And, and his birthday and Christmas are very close together, so that makes it slightly easier and more difficult at the same time. Complicated in a different way.
Sure.
But, I totally resonate with you with the whole, like, I have such a hard time determining the social amount of obligation I should feel to get somebody a gift, or like I'm going to a birthday party tomorrow for somebody that I am way less close with than Nathan, and I'll probably get them a birthday present just because I'm going to their thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to be big, but like
No, I know. It's just that's a bummer.
I love talking about the social conventions of birthdays with you, Dylan. I'm surprised that we're so similar in that sense.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So
you want to do something for your birthday this year?
Screw you, Andrew. You'd have to know when it is first.
That's fair.
It's
That's like in the fall sometime.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Wait, am I wrong? Is it not in the fall?
What did we just talk about as regarding classrooms and birthdays?
Oh, yes, that's right. It's over the summer. I'm so stupid. You literally just had... Okay, yes.
So yeah, then right, Alex gets her a sweater that is a turtle.
It's a
it is a sweater for a turtle. Sorry.
It's an anthropomorphized sweater.
So he heard someone talking about turtle sweaters, is what he thought. Rather than him thinking a sweater with a turtle on it, or a turtleneck sweater, he thought a sweater for turtles.
Yes,
which is funny.
It is really funny, and it does hold up, because it's one of the jokes that gets repeated 3 or 4 times.
Yep. And then, then Eugene and Whit are at her birthday for reasons.
They just stop by to say that they don't have a gift.
Right, but instead, Eugene has made something special for her, and she needs to come by Wit's End. And then she goes, man, I wish every day was my birthday. Right, and the Home Alone thing happens. Yep. And then she wakes up the next morning, and it's her birthday again. And
me and Liz have the same alarm clock. That's like
the Lost alarm sound.
Precisely. I've never seen Lost, so I'm just going to agree with you.
I only watched a bit of it.
That's uncharacteristic. Care to explain yourself?
I didn't. I hit a certain point where I was like, boy, none of this is ever going to be tied up in a satisfying way, so why would I keep watching?
That's fair.
And now I'm just like, if it's got more than 20 episodes, I'm not watching it, period. No shows should exist that have more than 20 episodes.
Cries in Adventure Time.
Sorry, man. It's just not happening.
Gravity Falls has more than 20 episodes.
Right, shows that I've already seen or started can have more than 20, but I'm not starting anything that already has more than 20.
Okay. Would you start
I could start something that's in a first season and continue with it, potentially. I would love a limited series. Thank you, Queen's Gambit. Thank you, Devs. Both of you, delightful. But yeah, I don't want anything that is, that I have to commit to. But like, I can't even keep up with the shows that I am watching because I don't care.
Yeah.
Stranger Things season 4? I don't know. Probably fine. Everyone likes it.
Yeah.
I will not watch it. Probably. Maybe I will. We'll never know. Like, it's just, it's fine.
Good Lord, I wish you would.
So, she just goes through her whole day again, this time speedier. And she is, she's not happy about, like, it doesn't have the effectiveness of other things that exist in this genre because she's, like, fed up with it from the get-go.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as she goes through the second time, and everyone is locked. Everyone's dialogue is locked.
Yeah.
Like, they are on a track and are not allowed to diverge from it, which I get with it being Room of Consequence and whatever. I don't think it totally works. No. Because she says, like, the punchline to Alex's joke, and then the teacher says, haha, good one, Liz. Instead of, like, good one, Trent.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and that, like, that sort of thing keeps happening. Or, like, I think where it's a bigger problem, in my opinion, is where, like, she interrupts her mom about waffles. And her mom says, oh, I was gonna make, wait, how did you know that?
Yeah.
Or, like, or she interrupts Alex about the sweater, and he's, like, it's just,
like, how did you know? Yeah.
Right. Like, it's just people...
It loses its effect because it's glossed over and they do it so rapidly.
Right, well, and it's not the way her mom would respond to her saying, like, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to going and eat, or I'm going to shower, then eat some waffles.
Mm-hmm.
And her mom's real response would be like, oh, I guess that's a, like, good guess. Like, I am making waffles or like whatever. But instead, like, she starts to say it and then, like, stops because Liz has already said it.
Yeah.
And is just kind of like looks at her weirdly. And it's I get annoyed with that. I feel like that wears thin pretty fast.
Thankfully, it's an 11-minute episode.
True.
So
then there's a third time through it, and this time she begs for she begs to dip out of her birthday to go to Wits End with them because she's just looking for anything different, and they're like, no. Then she wakes up the next morning and just yells about everything being horrible, and her mom's like, wow, I thought turning 40 was bad.
But
oof. And then she goes and hides under a bench in the park.
Yep.
To escape it all.
Yep, and concerns a homeless man greatly. She just wants to lay in her bed and eat celery and granola.
Right. That's right. That's why her mom
tired
says
of her
the
junk food.
Turning 40 thing.
Yeah.
When she goes out to the park, right? So she's like hiding under a bench, and this man would like to sit there, and then she like scares him off and says, "Great, now even a homeless guy thinks I'm crazy."
Hey now.
I do not like that joke at all.
Hey now.
I realize it's the 90s,
Yeah.
but like that really bugged me.
No, for sure. Our understanding and treatment of the homeless population or an unhoused population has skyrocketed when we realized they're also still people.
Yeah, it's crazy that like human beings are human beings regardless of whether or not they have a roof over their head.
Yep. And maybe, just making endless jokes at somebody's expense who's already, down on their luck is kind of just a bad call.
Yeah, and the greater implication here of her being like, wow, even this guy thinks I'm crazy, like even a crazy person thinks I'm crazy, and it's like, you're not wrong that there is a link between mental health and homelessness. That is not a joking matter.
No, yeah.
And it's not something I want to fault the show for because it is very of the time.
Yeah.
It's just something that I want to call attention to because I feel like over these last couple years especially, those sorts of jokes really jump out and rub me the wrong way when they didn't used to.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that. Where, yeah. I've even like been watching stand-up specials and stuff, and like I don't think it was like Joe Rogan, but it was somebody made a comment about homeless people, and it was like a derogatory comment. I was like, I'll just watch something else, man. I don't know. Just joke about something else.
Yeah.
And, I get it. Art's subjective. It's not for me and everything, but, I try to base my values.
It doesn't have to be for you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I try to base my values off kindness, and this doesn't seem particularly kind.
Yeah. Yep. And, she also is... So then, like, the whole class shows up.
Yeah.
At the park, and Alex calls out the fact that she's wearing a wig, and she's like, he's like, I didn't realize this was a costume party. The whole class like got out of school to go see her in the park, which is once again like they're so locked into the track of this thing. And then it's only at this point that she has the realization that her wish might have come true.
Yeah.
Where she's just like, wait, did my wish come true? Man, I wish I was never, I wish it was never my birthday again, or whatever she says.
Mm-hmm.
And and then we get the reveal.
Yeah. Wait, no. So it's later on that fourth day of the, same day. It's the fourth birthday. She's talking to Eugene and is just breaking down. I'm like, please, I just need to stop. Like, I don't want this anymore. You've got to help me. And then Eugene starts like glitching out and like, go.
Right, yes.
And then you're in the room of consequences. And you realize that we did this to a child.
Right, because she has that moment where she like snaps at all the kids at her party and then like her mom is upset with her.
Yeah.
And then sends them to the kitchen for chocolate chunk. Or Choco Mocha chocolate chunk cake with chocolate chunk ice cream. That was from memory this time.
Good job. I think you missed a fudge.
You're absolutely right.
Choco Mocha chocolate fudge cake with chocolate chunk ice cream.
Good job.
No, I was just fact checking you, buddy.
Okay.
I'm just spotting you.
Anyways, you were saying?
Why? Why was I saying it?
I don't know. You were saying something about her mom.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So she's just like fed up with the birthday process and everything, and she tells her mom to get a bucket for Alex because he's going to eat too much ice cream or whatever and like puke.
Yep.
Which is again one of the running bits where it's like, oh, what am I going to miss? Alex is just going to throw up from eating too much cake. Was on the third day she tries to get out and go to Wits End. But yeah, and then she gets pooped out into the room of consequences, and it was Wit behind the wall all along.
Yeah, but it's so he invites her out, and then they throw a party, and then he actually takes her out. It's a fake out.
Yeah. I didn't understand that. It took me the second listen through to get it, honestly.
Yeah. But and the whole point of this is that a steady diet of fun is bad for you.
Yep, it's like a steady diet of junk food. It just makes you sick. It might be enticing, but it just makes you sick.
Yeah.
Which, fair, I guess.
This is a bad episode with no point.
Yes, this is a bad episode with no point. I don't think that's the point to be made here. I think it's probably closer along the lines of understanding the inner workings between suffering and joy and understanding the codependence on each other to experience both.
It just, it really didn't work for me where I was like, I don't know. It's just, it's leaning on the repeating day trope.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, what if we did a repeating day story? But it doesn't have, like, it can't figure out how to land the plane. And so it's basically just like, well, like, too much of a good thing is bad for you. But it's like, at no point did I think that Liz was looking for too much of a good thing.
Yeah, she just said offhand that she wanted her birthday to be every day, and Whit was like, I don't know, man. You sure you wouldn't get tired of that?
They cranked this up before that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bad Whit moment. It's bad.
Yeah,
and Whit laughs kind of maniacally at the end, and he's like, I just wanted to make sure you learned your lesson. I'm like, thanks.
So the moral of the story is be careful what you wished for, I guess. But, like, I don't know. I don't like that. If I wanted that story, go watch like Home Alone. Like, come on. Like, this is
There's
not a particularly good one, but
an incredible episode of Community where there's like a bit in it where they have like 6 different alternate endings to the episode based on the setup, and they go back and forth to show all the different endings, and it's all based off of them playing a game and rolling a dice. Which is like a really cool way that it's probably the coolest way I've ever seen a show tie in like a multiverse type storyline where, similar things are happening over and over again and you're seeing different characters and stuff. But that's like a 20-minute format. Yeah.
Sykes, Wrong Turn or Left 4 Dead.
What season is that?
Gosh, there's 8 seasons total. It's 6 or 7.
I didn't get there. Sorry.
Yeah. Really good episode where we follow 2 different variants of hey, what if this decision had gone one way versus the other, but it's done as like a character who like screwed up, and we're now following like the real life repercussions of things while also him imagining, what if I made the other choice?
Okay.
So it's like, so it has the internal consequence to the character as he like processes through the consequences of his mistakes without just being like kind of dream reality, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it works well.
Love to see it.
Do you, so this is the Groundhog Day trope or that kind of format, I guess, more than a trope. Do you have exposure to other Groundhog Day movies, Andrew?
Well, not the specific Groundhog Day mention. Waking up and doing the same day over again. Yes, for sure.
I watched growing up a lot of Nickelodeon's Last Day of Summer.
Okay.
Which is a looping thing about what if, a kid just lived the last day of summer over and over again. There's also the very good Live, Die, Repeat.
Is that a movie?
It is a movie.
Okay.
Doug Liman directed. It stars Tom Cruise. And it's like a sci-fi, like war movie.
Oh, when did that come out?
I want to say like 2016. It's fairly recent.
Yeah, I was gonna say that flew across my radar.
Yeah, that movie is very fun.
Okay.
Leans on this trope. Everyone loved Palm Springs a couple years ago.
Oh, yes,
which
Palm
is
Springs. Yeah.
which is the Andy Samberg one that is this.
Yeah.
The other thing I was thinking about, because this is the eternal birthday, is you have Happy Death Day and its sequel Happy Death Day to You, which are both this same idea of we just live this day over and over again. And it made me think I really would like to, I think that would be a really fun, like, quote unquote film festival to program out. But like, I would love to do like a week where it's like every night we watch a different one of these like
Repeating
loop movies.
the same day. Yeah, no, I'm here for it. I think there's got to be some draw for that.
There's also the podcast idea that would never, is fully unsustainable, but like of just cover Groundhog Day every day as though you're covering it for the first time. And then maybe you move on to another one after a month and another one. You just keep going through the oeuvre of repeating movies.
Yeah, that's actually that is no. I think you'd have to do it progressively. Like, you cover one scene of the movie every episode, but every episode you act like you've never seen the movie before and you've never seen the scene before. And so you're progressively covering more and more.
Maybe? I don't know. Well, we
don't
can
know.
game this out off air.
Yeah. Chalk Squad. I don't know. Send us an email with a business plan. We're going to pitch it to the Sharks.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts on this wonderful, with eyes rolling, wonderful episode of Adventures in Odyssey, Dylan?
No, I don't think
takeaways?
so. I don't know.
Chocolate ice cream's bad.
Yeah, it's like it's not much of an episode.
Yeah.
But I think it satisfies our premise of, this could be fun to do for the summer.
Yeah.
Which is we just got to like talk about a million things that weren't the episode. And then also like this one is also even less because it's the same story for like four times.
Over and over again.
So it's really like 2 minutes.
Yeah. There's not that, and there's not that much progression that Liz makes from the beginning until the very end when she realizes it. Like you said, it takes her forever to figure it out. So it is like 9 out of the 11 minutes are her just being like, wow, look at this day keeping happening. Pretty nutty.
Yeah. Well, Andrew, anything you want to plug to go out here?
Ooh, local produce. We are recording this over the summer. Big fan of local produce. Support your local farmers, farmers markets, things like that. Buy fresh, taste better, and help them out in the economy and such. It's important.
All right, cool.
Pitching produce. This
my promo. I'm gonna stick similarly abstract. Outdoor music.
Love to
Whether
see
or
it.
not it be an actual concert you're paying money to go see, or some local person playing outside at in a park.
Amen.
It's warm if you're in the northern hemisphere, and yeah.
What percentage of our listeners are in the southern hemisphere?
A very small percentage.
Like 1%, 2%.
I don't know offhand. I can say confidently that like 90% are for sure northern hemisphere, but there might be more.
Okay, all right, I'm comfortable with those numbers.
Because I think 90% is like U.S. and Canada.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, beyond that, I don't know what the breakdown is.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, that's all. That's all we've got here. And next week we'll be back to cover the B-side to this episode. Bethany's imaginary friend.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one.
Wad Fam Chalk Pod is a presentation of the Lidditz Podcast Co-op. This show is a fan podcast and has no official affiliation with Adventures in Odyssey or focus on the family. As such, the copyright is ours under Creative Commons. Follow the podcast at WadFamChalkPod on Twitter and Instagram, or email us at wadfamchalkpod@gmail.com. The Eternal Birthday was hosted by Dylan Weaver and Andrew Acebo, and edited by Dylan Weaver. And I'm Nathan Haverstick, hoping you'll join us again next time for more of the Wad Fam Chalk Pod.